I blew up at my sick husband when he asked for help with our toddler. Our son had been sick all weekend. I was up with him from midnight until almost 3 in the morning on Saturday night. Then Sunday night he kept waking up every hour or so. By Monday morning I'd maybe gotten 10 hours of sleep total across 2 nights, and it was all broken up into chunks. Monday afternoon, Jake mentioned he was starting to feel sick too. I went to bed at 9 that night hoping to finally get some real sleep. That didn't happen. Around 11, Jake started snoring directly in my ear. Not normal snoring, the kind that sounds like a chainsaw hitting concrete. I pushed him over onto his side. At midnight, he shook my shoulder. "Babe, can you grab me another blanket? I have the chills." I pointed to the foot of the bed where we keep the extra one. "Can you help me? I'm really cold." He reminded me that he always helps me when I'm sick, and that he'd still do the morning routine with our son tomorrow. I got up and draped the blanket over him. At 1:15, Jake started making these weird gasping sounds. He was having a nightmare. I had to shake him awake. He mumbled thanks and rolled over. At 2:30, I heard whispering. Jake was asking Alexa what time it was. The response came back at full volume. "The time is 2:30 a.m. Our son started crying from his room. I got up and rocked him back to sleep. At 3:40, Jake tapped my arm again. "I need another blanket." I didn't even open my eyes. I just pulled my blanket off and shoved it toward him. At 5:30 in the morning, my alarm was supposed to go off at 6. Jake shook my shoulder again. "Hey, I don't think I can do the morning routine. Can you handle getting him up and ready?" That's when I lost it. I sat straight up in bed. "Are you serious right now? You kept me awake literally all night long. You woke me up 6 times. You said you'd still do mornings. I have been running on no sleep for 3 days straight taking care of our sick kid, and now you're bailing on the one thing you said you'd do?" Jake looked shocked. "It's marriage, in sickness and in health. I'm sick. You have a cold, Jake. A cold. I had to work a full day yesterday after being up all night with our son for 2 nights. You're a grown man with the sniffles asking me to cover for you when I specifically went to bed early to catch up on sleep that you ruined." I threw the covers off and started getting dressed. Jake said I didn't need to get up so early. Yes, I do. I start work at 7:30. I wake up at 6 just to barely make it on time. Now I have to skip my shower, get our son dressed, make his food for daycare, feed him breakfast, drop him off, and drive to work. All 30 minutes earlier than planned. I grabbed my work clothes and walked toward the bathroom. Jake called after me that he really wasn't feeling well. I turned around. "You made a phone call to work at full volume in our bed at 5 in the morning. If you were that sick, you wouldn't have been able to do that. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. I got our son up at 5:45. He was cranky because it was earlier than usual. I had to convince him to put on his shoes while I was packing his lunchbox with one hand and holding my coffee with the other. He wanted the blue cup. We only had the green cup clean. He started crying. I gave him the blue cup dirty and told him it was fine. We got in the car at 6:20. I realized I forgot his afternoon snack. I ran back inside. Jake was still in bed scrolling on his phone. "You forgot the goldfish crackers," he said. I didn't respond. I grabbed them and left. Traffic was worse than normal. I dropped our son off at daycare at 7. The teacher asked if everything was okay because I looked stressed. I said we were fine. I got to work at 7:38. My boss was standing by the door. "You're late, again." I apologized and said there was a family emergency. He said this was the 3rd time this month and we'd need to talk later. I sat at my desk and opened my email. Jake had texted me 4 times. The first one said he was sorry. The second one said I overreacted. The third one said he really was sick and didn't deserve to be treated like that. The fourth one said I should think about how I'd feel if the roles were reversed. I turned my phone off and didn't turn it back on until lunch. By then, he'd sent 6 more messages asking if we could talk.